What's up guys, welcome back. At the moment of recording, GamesCom 2020 just packed up and I have to say, I wasn't over the moon about what was shown off in general. Now, don't get me wrong, there were a few standouts, one of which in particular I'd like to focus on, or rather that specific franchise being Star Wars. Some of my most favorite games of all times happen to be these two for the Nintendo GameCube, and in more ways than one, these are the forefathers of a cinematic trailer which was shown off during the Gamescom pre-show, being Star Wars Squadrons. I think the game looks amazing and I would love to play it. Unfortunately, the game is being developed by EA, so whatever they're telling their investors these days, that game is not coming to Nintendo Switch now, so I'll be playing that on Steam, most likely. Well, in whatever way, shape or form the game will come, in anticipation of that, I'd like to focus on the most recent Star Wars game that was dropped on the Nintendo Switch and PlayStation 4 during the summer months. The HD remaster of a 20-year-old game in Star Wars Episode 1, Racer. A fantastic game which has aged surprisingly well. So without further ado, let's take a look at Star Wars Episode 1 Racer for Nintendo Switch. If you've ever seen Star Wars Episode 1 The Phantom Menace, you will remember the pod racing sequence in which young Anakin Skywalker enters a pod racing contest and comes out the victor. Don't fret if you can't remember though, as the game blasts off with this amazing opening sequence to joggle your memory. Pod Racer is essentially a lounge chair strapped to two gigantic engines connected to each other by an iron beam, surging you forward at blistering speed. This game is focused front and center on that specific part of Hollywood history and just takes off from there. That said, if you're a fan of the Wipeout series or F-Zero games, you're going to love this stuff. The game features several modes, including the Tournament, Free Play and Time Attack mode. You can play any of them from the get-go, however, you will need to unlock all of the tracks in Tournament mode first to make them available for other modes. The game features a total of 25 tracks laid out on 8 unique worlds spread across 3 difficulties and a 4th invitational mode. Without sugarcoating, this game is a fantastic racer with some amazing level designs featuring bridges, ramps, pits, breakable floors, sliding walls, and not in the least, alternate routes for you to discover. Although in all fairness, if you study the minimap in the top right hand corner of the screen, you'll be able to figure those out in no time. Some of the courses are colorfully designed, whilst others are more shadow than anything else. You'll find yourself cruising icy plains, overgrown marshes, empty deserts, through anti-gravity tunnels, and traversing crowded, bustling cities. I love this game. The HD rendition of this dinosaur of a game is set at a solid 60 frames per second in a frantic yet enticing manner. It is hard to put this game down, whether it is to unlock new tracks in the tournament mode, or to try out different pod races in the free play mode, or to set new records in the time attack mode, or better yet, when racing your best buddy in the local 2-player mode. The best thing about Episode 1 Racer is that it is a purely unadulterated racing game. Don't get me wrong, I love Mario Kart and all the item throwing zaniness, but this game puts your driving skills to the test without any shortcuts. It does so in a twin stick setup. The left stick is used for steering, whilst you can rotate sideways by flipping the right joystick, critical in certain situations. The only ace up your sleeve is the boost in speed you can utilize at any moment after holding down the left joystick for a bit. You will be risking setting your engines alight though. My advice, use your boosts often and keep an eye on that temperature. If you do manage to overheat though, or get damaged by your fellow racers or by hitting objects, your droid can repair your pod racer in flight at the cost of slowing down gradually. A word of praise, this HD remaster features motion control, allowing you to control both engines independently by using the JoyCons, which works surprisingly well. Have a look as I blast across the Tatooine course, juggling my JoyCons around. Whilst playing through the game, you'll be touching on the RPG elements in Episode 1 Racer fairly early on, as the different pod racers, along with their respective drivers, have distinctive features as can be expected from any good old racing game. Some are better at taking sharp turns, others boast amazing acceleration, this one is able to repair their cruiser faster, and that one can reach a tremendous top speed. Yet, no matter how good of a racer you are, you will be forced to spend some hard-earned coins by buying upgrades to your pod racer if you want to win each and every race. You can acquire new parts for your pod racer either from the junkyard or the regular shop, whilst listening to the witty remarks by the shopkeeper.
You'll not find a better deal anywhere, I think, huh?
After buying some stuff, be sure to check out the new look of your pod racer in the inspection mode, where you can circle the camera around each and every valuable part. In addition to this, I'd strongly advise you to acquire some more pit droids to get your repairs done ever faster. One of the nice touches in this game is the fact that every track features a short intro animation, 2 little cutscenes, the first to introduce the planet you're on, the second to show off the track or part thereof. The only catch is that these haven't received much of an upgrade over the years, as they are rendered at a very low frame rate. All the same, the tracks as said are amazing. The only thing I don't like as much about them though is that the track lengths are very inconsistent with each other. One track can have rounds of 30 seconds each, whilst others can last up to 3 or 4 minutes at a stretch, making tournaments very hard to plan. You might be preparing to sit down for some 5 minutes per track, whilst it could very well turn out to be lasting upwards of 10 minutes. Well, whether it is 5 or 10 minutes, in each and every race you can choose between 4 different camera perspectives, juggling between first and third person view, as well as the rear view mirror to keep a check on your opponents. My personal favorite is the up close behind the pod racer third person camera, although the first person or close up third person camera really put you in the driver's seat. Add to this the officially licensed movie score and other great music pieces, and you're in for a real treat. Star Wars Episode 1 Racer blast on the Nintendo Switch in the HD Remaster treatment, and it is a blast to play, no pun intended. The game was made for systems like this. I've played most of it on the go, whether in buses, trains, trams, or in bed wasting away hours of hard-earned sleep. But I can't seem to put this game down. The game has aged surprisingly well, and there's a ton of stuff for you to explore in this game. There are many tracks, there are pod racers to match, and if you have had enough of playing alone, hook it up with a friend in local co-op. There's just so much replayability value in this game. And of course, it's set in the Star Wars lore, so if you're a Star Wars fan, and I happen to be quite a few out there, then this game is a must-play for anyone who hasn't played it yet, or maybe has played it, would love to taste that HD remaster. Be sure to drop a comment in the section down below, as I'm very interested if you're planning on picking this one up, or maybe you have already picked it up as it was released not too long ago. Be sure to hit that like button if you have enjoyed this review, subscribe to the channel if you're new here, and may the Force be with you.